Good morning, everyone. Live again. Thursday, October the 6th, I believe. Or 5th. Hope everybody had a good night or a good day, depending on where you live. We got big news tomorrow here in the U.S. Non-farm payroll. So keep that in mind. There's New Zealand news coming today. It'll actually be later today, tonight sometime. So if you're in something tied to the New Zealand, be careful on that. Because let me show you why. That was from New Zealand news the other day. This is a 1 hour candle. That's over 150 pips, that one candle. So that can easily happen, or even bigger. Well, as you can see, since that 1 hour candle, it's not gone anywhere. It's stayed within it. Kind of does like our non-farm payroll does on Friday mornings. So just be careful in here. Then the pound dollar, it made a 1 hour buy yesterday. It ran away, no chance to get in. Looking for a retracement back down here to get in, but it hasn't happened yet. On the 1 hour, the Aussie dollar made a 1 hour buy signal yesterday. There was your opportunity to get in right there, or even on these, and now you've made a big move up, made money. So hopefully somebody took that trade. Hope so. The Euro CAD made a 1 hour buy yesterday as well, and now it's made a 1 hour sell. Yesterday, I think it was in here, I talked about there was a 1 hour sell signal, but it didn't look like it was going to come down. Looked like it still had a little bit more to go up, and there's the little bit more to go up. So this actually may be the sell opportunity in here on the Euro CAD. CAD Yen, since that 1 hour down candle, it has stayed within that 1 hour down candle. Nothing to do on that. Aussie Yen, same thing, made that 1 hour down candle. It has pretty much stayed. It took it out a little bit, but it's pretty much stayed within it. Pound Aussie had a 1 hour sell yesterday. That was good. There's your money. And that actually may be coming down now. Could be a sell if it pulls up into here somewhere on pound Aussie, pound CAD. That was the same thing about yesterday. It's made its move up. It's now in a sell. It has not taken that out yet. The pound yen made that 1 hour sell. It has stayed within that 1 hour candle. Nothing to do on that. That was the Euro New Zealand. Stayed within it. Pound New Zealand has made a 1 hour sell. We're looking at it. Yeah, it could push back up into here before it sells off. New Zealand Yen made the 1 hour sell signal. Yesterday it stayed within that. Euro Yen 1 hour sell signal has stayed within that. And the Euro Aussie is still in a sell from yesterday, no, the other day, the 3rd. So there was your opportunity to get in. Second opportunity, there's the push down, and that's trying to push back up a little bit. If you got in this and that candle right there, that would initially been your stop. Then when you had this push down where you made your money, now this becomes your stop. That candle, you could actually move it even more, is what I would do. Move it a little bit more. Instead of there, and move it down into here. Keep following it. Make sure that second half, if you're taking a half off, make sure that second half is at least going to make a couple dollars. And if it makes another push down, then again you can push it down. If it makes a push down back into here, then you can move that stop to right there, and you're really pretty in the money pretty good. Of course, if it takes that out, then you might look to take it off completely, the rest of it. But not really a whole lot there. Euro CAD and the pound Aussie sells may be the only two, and the pound CAD sell too, but it's trying to take this out. Looks like it probably will. Let me see what's up there. Yeah, there we go. Resistance is right there, so that could be the better spot to sell. And that's 167.62. It may just get up there close to it and tap it, so it won't be exact. So keep an eye on that. For the others of you that don't know, I've been live streaming now since last Wednesday, so this is day number 8 live streaming for me. So if you hit the subscribe button, then you'll also have to hit the notify me button to get notified when I'm on live streaming. I usually trade Monday through Thursday, 8 a.m. Eastern time in the U.S. until 10:30, 11 o'clock in the morning, and then it may come back in very late afternoon, early Asian session to check and see if there's any potential setups. It's moving the stops on the second half of my position, or the stops on my initial position to see. But it won't be on too long, about 30 minutes. That's about all it takes, if that much. And kind of go over potential trade setups, if there happens to be any, which sometimes there is in the Asian session, sometimes there isn't. So if you would, just hit the subscribe and like button. That'll get you notified once you click on the notify me, and then it'll let you know when I'm up live on the YouTube channel. So any questions or comments, I'm open to those. Feel free to ask those questions. We're going to keep an eye out. Let's see, CAD or nothing. It did close below the support, so now that is resistance. Pound yen looks like it's trying to make a push up, but I would think there's going to be more retracement on that wick than that little part right there. I think it's going to come more down into here. For those of you that don't know, you say, why did that big candle happen right there? The Bank of Japan stepped in once the dollar yen got over 150. I was looking for a close on a daily basis above 150, and then I thought they would step in, but they actually stepped in when it got to 150.16. They stepped in and drove it down. Anything tied to the yen, like the pound yen, dollar yen, euro yen, odd yen, CAD yen, all of those got drove down. New Zealand yen too. And I've been waiting on this to happen for about a month and a half. I had been shorting the dollar yen and the 147s, the 148s, and the 149s, and then had profit targets of 300 pips on each one of those, except my 147s. I'm still in those. Those didn't get hit, but when it poked down, I did take it out, profit target, but the other profit targets got hit. So I made good money on those. I've been telling people that were long the pound yen to be careful. Every day I was telling them, please be careful, move your stops. Many of them were saying, oh, it's going to 152. It might. It's going to 155. I don't think it will. Not on that. Bank of Japan's not letting it. That's not the real down move though. That's just sending a message. That candle is just sending a message. The real down move is going to be more like anywhere from 400 to 700 pip drop. This was only over 300. So when it's kind of retraced that, as you see, and come back up to the high, that candle where it sold up, but it's not going to do it on the pound yen. It's waiting until the dollar yen gets back up there above 150 again before they do anything, and it could be this week or it could be next week. Just have to keep an eye on the dollar yen, see where it's going. So I'm trying to find, let's see, was it this one that was up there? Euro CAD's up there. The pound Aussie, the pound CAD. Yeah, it's up at the high. See, it made the poke up right there. Those two, and then all of these. That's too many. It shouldn't do that before it drops. So I got a feeling it's going to take out the high, and it's going to approach that resistance level right up there, close to it. May not get exactly to it, but it may get close to it. That's going to be the better opportunity to short the pound CAD. I don't think there was anything else. No. And now most of these is going to be waiting on the non-farm payroll. There should be a move today, but tonight and into Europe they're going to wait on the U.S. for that non-farm payroll to see what it says. So careful on these. I do Forex, I do swing trading, I don't do day trading. I mean, it could be, it wind up being a day trade depending on how much it moves. If I get in and I'll trade it in the morning. Euro New Zealand, been up to the high of that candle, but now it's been down to the low of that candle. So you could have shorted right in here. See, there's only 3 poke ups there. That one, that one, that one. And then it fell off. You done got your money, half of it, and you've probably been able to move your stop down. If you got in there or there, that was your stop. When this move down happened, you have to move your stop down into there. So now your second half of your position is going to make money no matter what. If this continues to push down, I would look to probably take the rest of it off. But that's me. You're welcome to do whatever you feel comfortable doing. That's the important thing. This is just for training and education purposes only. Of course, that's what I'm supposed to say, just like the rest of them do. But I do Forex swing trading. I do hold trades overnight a lot, unless it's just a big honking move during the daytime, which is rare. But otherwise, they're held overnight, and I don't do, I don't use 1, 3, 5, 15-minute chart or even 30-minute chart. I use 1 hour and 4 hour. You say, why do you do that? Well, that's what the big boys do. And the brokerage houses, the analysts, they don't use those. They use these one because they're not going for 8 to 10 pips like the average Joe, which is me and you. We get all excited when we get 8 to 10 pips. And you usually take it off. I don't. My first profit targets on most of these are 40. And if it's like the Aussie, that one's going to be like 30 pips because of the range. It depends on the range. Like the New Zealand yen doesn't have a great range. It's going to be 30, but the rest of them is going to be anywhere up to 60. That's the most, 60, and that's the first half of the position. So if the move is right, like here, or let me scroll this back because I think there was another push down and push up. Yes, there was. This is what I look for. My setup is right there. My buy signal, the push down, the low risk trade, because that's my stop, and this is what happens. This is what I look for. Now, I may get 10 of these where I get in, get a low risk trade, $5, $8, and it goes lower and takes it out. Let's say I did have 10 straight losers, 10 straight losers of $8 a piece. That's $80. But because this is a 50 to 60, depending on the daily range for the day, where it first get in and where it started overnight, I take off half the position, and then you get this, and then you've got off the rest of the position, and this one trade, just this one trade, has wiped out 10 losing trades, plus I still have a profit. And that's if I have 10 in a row. I've never had that. Most I've ever had was 5 in a row losers before a winner. So you can imagine they're going to get wiped out. Let's see these other guys that trade and they take out 8 to 10 pips, and they may do half of the position, but they have to move their stop up to break even. It can actually reverse, that 10 pips that they got in, and then they get stopped out. Now they got to find another place to get in. I don't have to. I'm already in. I'm just managing the second half of my position because I'm looking for the next bigger move up. I just continue to move the stop up, but not too tight. I have to wait because these are hourly candles, so you have to wait. So it's not like you wait on a 5-minute candle. So that's my trading in a nutshell. Looking for all those. Like these on the sell, same thing. There. You get in short, low risk trade. Let's say this high is 178.21. This high is 178, almost 18, so that's $3 risk plus 4 on the spread, that's $7. You're risking $7. And if you got in there at 178.17, it's been down to 176.96. So that's 120 pips. 120 pips. And if you took off half at the 60, you got $30 on that one if you just done just one contract. And then the second part you've moved down, or you took off the rest of it when it pushed down over 100. So this is what you look for. This is what you look for. Now these are my indicator signals. You can't buy these. They're nowhere. I created it. Well, I created them, but I had a friend of mine who's a JavaScript coder that I had to get him to do it, but I had to let him know what I wanted it to do, and it took a little while to get it the way that I wanted it, but now I've got it the way that I wanted it. I've had this for, oh my goodness, 16 years, I guess. So it ain't broke in 16 years, so there's no reason to fix it. People come in here and tell me all the time, well, you need to do this so you can get it quicker. I don't want 10 pips. You say why I don't want 10 pips? Because I know I can get this. So I'm willing to wait on it, and that's why it's called swing trading, because this takes a couple of days for this to happen. So that means you got to hold it overnight for a day or 2 or 3, depending on, this thing could run up. It could have come down. I could still be in it in my second half, and this could run up and take out that high and head on up. And that's another day that I'd be in it. I've been in one for as long as 2 weeks, a little over 2 weeks, in a position, because it kept trending up like that. And that was the second half. Of course, the first half was gone. I had money made already. I was continually making money because it kept moving up. So you just have to monitor it. But for these being a 1 hour, you got time to do other stuff before another candle shows up. But not everybody is into that, so it's to each his own. You know, it's what makes the world go round, so to speak. Pound dollar has made a poke up. We'll see what happens here, because that was resistance. I mean, that was support, drove down through it, became resistance. Now it's come back above it, so now it should be support, and it did support right there, but we'll see if this is going to take that out and head down lower, which we prefer it come down into here somewhere for a buy. And that could happen today, but I got a feeling it's going to be something tomorrow, because non-farm payroll is tied to the US dollar, and the pound dollar is going to be tied to that. So got to keep an eye on that Euro CAD. Let's see, for laughs and giggles, let's take a short on this Euro CAD. Oh, I was going to get up and get some coffee, but I'll wait. Let me get this. Okay, so we need to see. Okay, short on the Euro CAD. The stop has got to be, let's see, the high of this candle is 44.88. The high of that candle is 86. So that's going to be our stop right there, 86.3. I got in at 68. So that is $18, $21 risk. And that's a half a position. It's not a full position. This could be because this is for training and education purposes. Because that's 21 pip risk, which would normally be $21, it's now going to be 10 and a half. I used to be able to figure this stuff in my head. So it's a $10.50 risk. I'm willing to risk $10.50 to be able to show you guys how this stuff works. Like I said, training and education purposes. So we'll see if this comes down or if it's going to go up and take it out. Euro CAD short on 1 hour. So that is a trade. But it's a half a position. It's not a full position. But this is normally what I look for. So Euro CAD would be 40. I've got to put that in too. Hold on. 40 pip target profit. So my target profit is at 28. 144.28 is the and I have to take off that whole position at that, because it's a half a position I put on. If I put on a whole position, then I take off half. Now you're welcome to take off an eighth, a quarter, a third, 3/4 of a position if you want, whatever makes you feel comfortable. But that's just me, because over these 16 years of trading this, I've found that the half a position is best for me at these numbers, to take off half. Whether it's anywhere from 30 to 60, depending on the currency and depending on the daily range and the time where I got in it at. Because if it's like yesterday, it had already made its daily range on the pound dollar, because during Europe this was the move up. It never came down. Up, up, up. No chance to get in. No need to buy it up in here. Because looks where it's gone. See, if you bought it up in here, look where you're in. Look where you're in. You're in all that. I'm waiting. Get paid to wait. Waiting for a retrace. Hopefully it's going to push down into here. And that may or may not happen today. But with the non-farm payroll tomorrow here in the U.S. in the morning, early, you have to keep an eye on this. So there's nothing here to do today, but there is an opportunity for this thing to take out this high from yesterday and go up to resistance right here before it wants to sell off back down here. Let's scroll over See, that's a flush right there, and it's got up pretty close to it, but I would have thought if it did come up to here, it's right where it started, the drop off started, so that would make a little bit more sense. And I had a sell signal up to here, so it could actually come back up into here tomorrow before the sell-off. But what I want is for it to come down to here, and then it has the opportunity when the payroll comes out to head back up that way. So we gotta wait and see. Get paid to wait. EuroCAD, try to come down. Got a couple of pips on it so far. Gotta wait and see what's going to happen there. Euro Aussie, it's in a sell. Nothing to do on any of these. Not anything. Pound CAD. Now see, if you wanted to sell, there is your opportunity. That's your stop. That's your stop until this thing drives down and takes out this low. This low. When it does that, then you can move your stop over to the high of one of these. And it should be that you had got your, what is this? The pound CAD. 50 pips on it is be the target profit, and that should be, once you get down in here, you're going to have that half position, then move your stop from that candle to the highs of these candles. So more than likely you're going to be at break even on the second half of the position, so it won't lose money. It can only make money, but you've already made money after your 50 pips. So I'm gonna go get some more coffee, get a refresh on my coffee real quick. Be right back. Okay, I'm back. This is refreshing my coffee, and I got my breakfast of champions and a King's Hawaiian roll. The breakfast of champions. Let's see how we're doing here. Actually, it's well, I had my stop there. I think I'm going to bring the stop down. It should be right up to here. Yeah, it takes out the high. It's going higher. So that high is 17. 68. So that's got in at 68. And 17 is the high. Is that right? 68, 17. No, 68. How did I get that? at 86. So 12 plus 17 is 29 for 14. 14 and a half. Well, I misadded that, didn't I? 88 was my entry. 17 is the stop. That's 29. Half of 29 is 14 and a half. So I got a $14.50 risk. That's the most I can lose is $14.50. A little bit more than a Big Mac or quarter pounder combo. I can definitely do without that. I hope everybody's doing good. Has made some money this week. I'm trying to decide. I don't trade on Fridays. I just check my stuff on Fridays. And you may ask, why do you not trade on Fridays? The big boys, the 5% that make all the money, do not trade on Fridays. And you may ask, how do I know that? You can figure it out for yourself by looking at the volume on the stocks, on the options, and on the futures. And it's cut drastically, the volume is, except on non-farm payroll day. And that's people getting out of positions, and that's just in that first hour. And after that, it dries up like mud. So if they're not trading on Friday, and they just going to let the average trader Joe, which is me and you, trade on Fridays, all we do is beat each other up. So I don't want to be there either. I'm going to follow what the 5% does, the ones that make the money. If they've gone to the Hamptons on Friday, I'm gone to Walmart on Friday. So Monday through Thursday should make most of your money. But if you're having to trade every day, and you're forcing trades every day because you feel like you have to make money, I'd advise you to quit trading. You're not ready yet. You need to be in a position to where you can afford to trade, that money you can afford to lose if you're trading, that it won't affect you not being able to pay your car note, mortgage payment, buy diapers for the babies, stuff like that. Just do a demo account. But I know there's people that trade 1 minute, 3 minute, 5 minute charts because there's a ton of them on YouTube. But you have to ask yourself, look at the subscribers that they have and look at the viewing now live, and you're going to see a whopping difference. So you have to ask yourself, where's all them subscribers? Where did they go? Well, now you just got a few that just want to be in, a couple of hundred that want to be entertained. That's it. And hopefully be able to trade. So those YouTubers are able to do that. But on these sheets that they have, Excel sheets, which a lot of them use, you can manipulate those. Don't know if you know that, but you can. You can make them look any way you want to. And when they put on a position and it's down here, they could be using a demo account. So they have it down here. And if you don't follow them religiously and you put down their trades, when they've made a trade, what the profit target was, how much they made or lost, you could come in the next day to be able to see if it's changed. If it's changed, then I'd leave that channel because something's wrong. Because you want transparency. You're going to get it here because I have losers. I've had losers this week. And you'll see the ones on YouTube that have, whether they do it by the day, or they do it by the week, or they do it by the month, or they do it by the year, they'll put up, this is how many wins I had, this is how many losers I had. I don't want to know that. I want to know how many pips you got each time you traded. If you got 8 pips for all your winners, I don't want to follow you. Because I don't want that. That means I'm having to get in and out all the time, and I'm having to sit in front of the computer all day long trying to find more trades after I got 8 pips and got stopped out on the second half of the position. I showed you the example. Yeah, right here. What happens on my trades. There's the example. You just have to wait on it. It may show up today, may not show up till tomorrow. May not show up till the third day, which could be Wednesday. Like if you're starting a week, may not be Monday, may not be Tuesday. It might not happen till Wednesday. But see, you had 2 opportunities here. If you missed that, you didn't want to do anything. But when you seen it come down here, there's your second opportunity to get in. So you have to pick and choose. If you're wanting to be entertained constantly, this is not the room for you. If you want to be able to trade and make money, I mean, I'm not saying I don't talk and don't cut up and all that stuff, don't get me wrong. But I want to be able to hopefully train people, educate them, and let them decide for themselves. Because that's what makes the world go round. Everybody's different. But I've traded the 1 minute, 3 minute, 5 minute charts. Been there, done that, bought the t-shirt, have moved on. Blew 2 accounts doing that. This one, since I've been trading since 2007 doing the Forex currencies, I have not blown any accounts. And this is doing swing trading. No 1 minute, no 3 minute, no 5 minute, no 15 minute, no 30 minute. 1 hour and 4 hours what I use only. Because you see, well, you can flip to a 5 minute chart to be able to get in. Really? That tells me right there. All I do is see that. I don't need to. I'm on a 1 hour chart. This is what it does. That's what I wait for. There's where I get in. Low risk trade. It's either going to work or not. I would lose, what was that low? 175.40 basically. And that was 175.47. If I do a full position, that's a $7 risk. With a $4 spread, that's $11. That's the most I can lose. $11 is it. $11. But if I'm right, look what happens. Like I said, this can wipe out. You could have 10 straight losers, which is probably not going to happen. But I'm just giving an example. The one trade completely wipes it out, the 10 losers, plus you still have a profit. So you know what mine would read on the front, the guys that put that, I've got 9 wins and 2 losses and 1 break even. Mine would show 11 trades overall, 1 win, 10 losses. That's what mine would show. But what it doesn't show is how many pips did you get. My 1 winner wiped out 10 losers. So would you rather have that where you're profitable with just 1 winner knocking out 10 losers, or would you rather have I had 9 wins, 2 losses, and 1 break even? But how many pips did you get? You had to make all them trades to get 20 pips. I wouldn't want to do that. The numbers aren't right. They don't G-haul. That's why I say pay no attention to those things. Ask how many pips did you get? How many pips did you get? And then divide them up. Divide those 12 trades into how many pips that they had. If they had 100 pips, guess what? They got an average of 8 pips. Which that's what most traders do. average Trader Joe, which is us. That's what most do. That's why they're in the 95 percentile of losers. They lose 95% of the time. I don't want to be in that. I don't know about you. Some people do because they like to be entertained constantly. I don't have a problem with chat rooms and talking, but I'm here to trade, not to talk all day long. And I'm here only 3 hours at the most anyway every day. Most of the time 2.5 hours, depending on what's going on, if anything. Because I don't want to have to stay on here just to talk. But I'm willing to train if people are asking questions, educate. So hopefully that's going to happen. But if you're looking for, what I call gunslingers, they're 1 minute, 3 minute, and 5 minute chart traders. I call them gunslingers because they got to have the action. They got to be in and out of trades all day long because they got to make money to pay the bills. So they're constantly having to find a trade, in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out. Too stressful. This is not stressful to me. I mean, sitting and waiting on that setup when the signal shows up. Now you have to wait to get paid, but you got paid, and then you got paid more. And if you're still in it, you're waiting for this thing to go up where you get paid even more if you're still in it. Now if you move your stop down into here, you about got stopped out. Not quite, but it's close. But you can't move your stop yet because you need a push up back up into here to where you can move your stop up somewhere in here and continually moving up if you're still in it. But because this was a huge move, let's see that high. What was that high? Well, let's say you didn't even get that one. Let's just say you got this. That high is 177.85. 177.85. And you got in at 175. So you got 240 pips. And that's just to right there. Because it went up to there, you're saying you got out here. That's over 240 pips. Now that was a 2-day trade. But isn't it worth getting that? Where you don't have to worry about trying to find a place to get in and get out constantly. And that's stressful. This is here. Once you put it on, you know what's going to happen. Just sit back and wait. Now you can hunt for another one, another trade. We got Euro CAD. Okay, that's profit target is. We got profit target. Okay. Got in at 88. 48 was the profit target. We got that. Now I had to take off the full position. If you put on a full position, you should have had your profit target set at whatever you wanted it at, whether it was an eighth, third, a quarter, a half, 3/4. Mine normally would have been a full position. So I would have took off half at the 40. And then managed the other half would now be putting my stop at break even. Second half. So it's either going to continue down, I make more money, or I'm going to get stopped out, but I still make money. So because I did a half a position, I had to take it all off at that 40 pip, first 40 pip target profit. So that gives me that gave me $20 that trade. Man, I'm done on that. I've got $20 already. Euro Aussie, nothing. These are probably nothing. Nothing. They're still within the range. Pound yen is trying to come down, still within that candle. Pound CAD trying to come down. See if you got in. See if you got in up in here. You had a low risk trade, and the low is 66.56, and you got in at. You done took half of your profit, and now you're moving your stop to break even instead of having it over here. Initially, when you got in, it's now over here. So now you're at break even. That second half of the position cannot lose any money. It can only make money. So you hope that it's going to go lower. And it could come down into here somewhere. So pound Aussie is trying to poke down Aussie yen, staying within the candle, CAD yen within the candle, looking for it to come down into here before there's a buy opportunity. We already seen the Euro CAD, done made my money on that. Aussie dollar now is trying to pull down. That's look like that's what's happening. Of course, it could pull down into here, somewhere into here, for another buy opportunity. Because you see, you had that. See, this is what I look for. Again, there it is. My sales setup doesn't always show up. I have to wait for it to set up, and then when it does start showing, it starts showing at the beginning of the candle. I have to wait to the end of the candle, the higher close. So that's a whole hour I have to wait. And then I had to wait another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, almost 7 hours later to be able to get in. See, whenever if I'm up and I see this, I put in an order down in here to buy. And if I'm still up, and this is during the US session and I'm up, then I see if it's going to push down into here, and when it does, then I get in. I go ahead and buy it. That's my stop right there. And then this is what happens. So would you want to get in here and say, oh yeah, it's going up, oh, I got 8 pips. Okay, close it out. Okay, now you got to try to find another place to get in. I'm already in it. I'm just following it now. When I get in, the stop's there initially. When they push up, move the stop up into here, which would be about break even. And then when you get this push up, you move your stop up from there to here to here. And then if this pushes back up, there's another stop opportunity. But right now we'd be somewhere in here, or maybe even here, or depending on how big a move that is, could have taken it off. Let's see, low of that candle 62.86. The high of that candle 63.77. That's 90 pips. So you may or may not got out, because on the Aussie dollar it's a 30 pip first profit target. See, this is over 2 days. So you take 30, half a position, you wait, and you may or may not get out right there at the 90 on the second half of the position. Or you could still just be moving your stop. You done took your profit and you're moving your stop, and it's going to make money regardless. Takes all the pressure off. That's what I'm saying. Takes all the pressure off. Instead of, there's too much stress and pressure in 1 minute, 3 minute, and 5 minute trading. Too much. But some people like that because they want, like I said, they're gunslingers. They want the action. Because they got to make so many trades, got to make so much money per day. People ask me, well, how much do you have to make a day? I go, I don't have a set number. I let the charts tell me what I can make and what I can't make. I just follow them. That's all I do. I give my first profit target, and it's going to hit it or not hit it. And I'm going to get, like this trade, if I got in it, when that showed up, came down here, it could have took that out. I'm out. I lost. Would have lost. But it would have been a small loss. That low is 86, and that low is 80, almost 85. So it's basically $1.50 to get this. But you know, not everybody wants that. If you're working a full-time job, I would suggest swing trading. I would not suggest trying to trade a 1, 3 minute and 5 minute chart while you're working. That could get you fired, and I'd hate for that to happen to anybody. So you could still trade. It would be just a different style of trading, and then you're still making money at your full-time job while you're learning or doing smaller trades like what I do. You could have done a half a size position there. That low was 85. That low was 86, plus the spread, which is 2 on this, been $3. Cut it in half, $1.50. You'd have had $1.50 risk on that trade to make that. And that's working a full-time job and doing swing trading. So the pound dollar, is it selling off? Yes, it's trying to sell off now. We're wanting it to come down where? Down to here. That may or may not happen today, because that's a pretty big move. Of course, it made that move up yesterday, so it could make the move down today. But remember, tomorrow morning early is in the U.S. is the non-farm payroll report, and that's a big mover in the U.S. So anything tied to the dollar is going to move. So we got to keep an eye on this stuff. Euro CAD still pushing down. Has it made a lower low than what it did? No. But because I had only a half a position, I had to take the whole position off. If I had a whole position, I would take half the position off, and then my stop would be at break even. And now I'm either going to make 0 on the second half, or I'm going to make hopefully more if it comes down back down into here, or I should say here where it broke at, somewhere in there, which your second half of your position would make a good bit of money, and you'd be very profitable for the day on that one trade. Aussie dollars trying to push down, pound Aussie, pound CAD. See, you're making money on that if you got in on any one of these. That was initially your stop. You got in there. Now that this has happened, that high is your stop. So you've been able to move it basically to break even, and maybe even have a pip or two profit on the second half of the position, if that's what you want to do. I'm just saying, I do half. That's what I do. You're welcome to do an eighth, a fourth, a third, 3/4, whatever makes you feel comfortable. This is just me. I found out this works for me. So we'll see. Euro New Zealand tried to make a push up, but just hadn't, kind of retraced. It's 5 till 9, so it's 35 minutes until the New York session opens. So if you're just now getting on here, you're finding me. I do swing trading. The whole trade's overnight, sometimes a couple of nights, sometimes even longer, depending on how the trade goes. I trade 1 and 4 hour charts. Look at both. Don't look at anything any less than that, because I'm a swing trader. I'm not a day trader. And I've been doing this since 2007. The currencies I've been trading since 1998. That's when I first started. And that's when I was doing buying stocks, but that became expensive, and you had to keep up with all that stuff all the time when you bought it, because news, good or bad, could be dealing with the CEO or the something wrong with the product they have, or anything too much to keep up with, and tied up a lot of money. And I went to options on stocks, which didn't tie up as much money, but then again, you still had to follow the same thing. The news was going to affect it, and if you were on the wrong side and it had bad news, and then in an option, you're on a time constraint, more times than not it was going to expire worthless if you had bad news come out and drive it against you, or even good news come out and it drove it against you if you were shorting, if you're on the other side. So I got away from that, and I got into futures. That's when I was trading the 1 and 3 and 5 minute charts, and blew 2 accounts doing that. So I figured, shouldn't have known after the first one, but definitely knew after the second one, okay, this is not the way to go. Too stressful, and then I wound up losing money. So then I got to futures, options on futures, which it didn't do too bad, but again, you still had to follow that stuff. Any kind of news, good or bad, affected it. And then because the option had an expiration, you could roll it over, but then you lost on that position. And if it didn't move for a long time, or if it continued moving against you, then the time would eat that up, and it would wind up expiring too on what you initially had and what you rolled over. And then you can continue to roll it over, but I mean, I didn't want to have to continually sit in front of the computer monitor. So finally, in 2002, I found currencies and started learning about them. Didn't know anything about them, so I had to learn about them. Started hunting for strategies to use in it, and I started out using the 1, 3, and 5 minute, but again, it was too stressful. I had to have too many trades, so I started hunting out on the 1 hour, and that's when I started thinking, well, the big guys ain't using this, so why am I using that? They're using 1 hour and 4 hour daily. Why don't I use those same? So I started hunting it, and then I started finding a strategy. And once I found it, I go, well, I don't want to still have to sit in front of the computer. I want to be alerted, which when this signal shows up, I get alerted. And if I'm away from a computer, all I got to do is come and look at it. I'll say, okay, it made that sell signal. And if it happened in the middle of the signal, then I still had another 30 minutes I had to wait. And then I still had to wait for another couple of the candles for my setup. So that'd be, basically almost 3 hours or more to wait on that. So now I could do stuff and go places because I knew I had time. Wasn't tied to the computer anymore. I liked that. That was one of the big reasons. And then I had to get a friend of mine to be able to write this stuff because I didn't know anything about the JavaScript code. So a friend of mine he works in that field, so I had to get him to tell the computer what I wanted it to do. And after a couple, 2-3 weeks, I think it was 3 weeks, we got it. Would alert me, it would show my signals. These arrows here, you can get these anywhere. All these are this trend for the time frames, and you can get those anywhere. That green, I hope it's green on your computer, it's green on mine, is just a 21 EMA moving average. You can get that anywhere. These are parabolic SAR. You can get that anywhere. This signals you can't get anywhere. I created that. It's not for sale. I don't have it posted on anything. But this other stuff you can. These are based on price and time. The color change depending on, of course, the blue is for buying, but it tells you about the volume that it's coming in or not coming in yet. Because yellow is basically neutral. And then it can happen here, the little yellow star. But it tell you that the based on price, time, and volume, all three of those together. So you can't get that anywhere else either, because I also did those. And that kind of helps to tell me what's going on, or what's possibly to come. What is possibly to come. That's kind of it in a nutshell. For those who hadn't been in, if you hit the subscribe button, you'll also have to hit the notify me button, to get notified when I'm on live streaming. This is day number 8 for me, live streaming. So the only way you're going to get notified is if you subscribe, number 1. Then you have to click also the notify me, and then you'll be notified when I come on. I mean, actually come on. And I trade Monday through Thursday in the U.S. Eastern Time. So usually on 8 in the morning, stay on till 10:30 or 11. So I'm on about 2.5 to 3 hours, depending on if anything's happening. I leave early if nothing's happening. Then I come back on later in the day, much later U.S. time again, late afternoon or early evening Asia session, to see if I need to adjust my stops if I'm still in the trade, move them up or down, and to see if there's any potential trades, because sometimes there is, but most times not. An Asia session, sometimes there is. Even in late afternoon, sometimes there is. And then that's set up for that. Then on Fridays, I don't usually trade. Non-farm payroll tomorrow. I may come on just for a little while after the report comes out. Maybe stay on an hour at the most, unless I have people asking questions and wanting to learn and stuff like that. Then I'll hang around longer, because that's what it's about anyway. The ones that want to learn, I want to help teach. The ones that just want action and try to have 20, 50 trades a day, this room's not for you. So I'm not saying that in a mean way. I'm just saying there's a ton of YouTube channels out there where there's guys that trade that. So just be careful doing that, because I want to be able to have less stress, and I don't want to have to sit in front of the computer all day long. And I want to be able to just find the trade, and the trade's going to work or not work on my swing trading. And once I get in it, I've got the trade. Don't have to hunt for another spot to get in. Maybe add to a position, if I've got in, like, let me see, let me go back to this. Euro New Zealand, for example. I think this was the one that pulled, yep, there's the pull down. Aussie. See, if I got in there, took half the position, say, okay, it's come back down here. I'm going to add the other half of the position back, so now I have a full position again. So now I can do the same thing. And that may or may not have happened. It could have just done this and then just kept going up from there and never gave me an opportunity, because the risk would be high up in here. Down here, the risk is low. So we'll see the Euro CAD. See, it's trying to pull back up, but I'm already out of that position with the profit. So Euro Aussie sideways. Euro Yen still in the candle. New Zealand Yen still in the candle. Pound Yen still in the candle. Pound CAD. You could be in a sell from there. With that push down, you probably, you got half of your, or whatever you wanted to take off, you took it off, and now you've been able to move your stop and actually get a couple pips if you got in one of these. Now in that. Pound Aussie is in a sell. Aussie Yen still in that candle, nothing to do. CAD Yen still in that candle, nothing to do till it gets down here. We want it to get down in here somewhere. Euro CAD, that's the one we was in. Aussie dollar, you could have got in there, made your money. And then pound dollar is trying to go down, but it's still in a buy, so you have to keep that in mind. Even though this could be just a retrace before it goes up, and there could be an opportunity that's going up to right here before it sells off. The better opportunity for me is to come down into here for a buy opportunity, which would make it, that would be my stop. But we have to be careful with that news early in the morning in the U.S. with the non-farm payroll. It's going to make a big candle with big wicks both ways. So it's going to be a stop run for the market makers because they know where your stops are. But when you have like this, when you have something like that happen, your stop is, you're going to get a terrible fill. That was from the Bank of Japan yesterday. So when you have your stop in something like that happens, you're going to get a terrible fill. So it does no good on that. And I knew that was coming, so I was on the opposite side. I was shorting. And I'd been telling everybody for a month and a half. If you were long, be careful. Be careful. Because it could happen at any time. Now it took, about a month and a half. And it's going to happen again. That was just to send a message. That's all that was. That wasn't the big real move. That was a send the message. We don't want it back up here. It's getting too high. So the dollar yen, if it gets over 150 again, guess what's going to happen? Let me get a drink of water real quick. Bring it in here. So this is the dollar. Excuse me. The dollar yen is hanging and running on 149. So nothing's going to happen. Nothing's going to happen yet on that one. It could actually push up, and that may or may not happen tomorrow because it's tied to the dollar, which is and that's U.S. news. So anything tied to the dollar you got to be careful on because we don't know which way that's going, because these reports are manipulated too, if you didn't know that. I hate to burst your bubble on that you're trusting the government, but these reports are manipulated, and they know, the ones in the know ahead of time what the report says. So they're privy to more information than what the average Joe, which is me and you, are. So to be a fly on the wall, you'd be able to make a bunch of money. But unfortunately we're not, so this is what's going to happen. You just follow the charts. The charts will tell you what to do. They tell you what to do. EuroCAD. We got our money on that. If you're still in that EuroCAD, if you took that short, your stop should be at break even now. You got in up in here. Initially, if you got in up in here, that was your stop. Now you've been able to move it to break even. And you should have, some of your position was took off already on that poke down. So at break even, that one's not going to lose any money. It can only make money. Now that's where no stress. There is no stress because you've already made money, and now your other position is going to either break even or it's going to make more money, which makes you feel even better. As opposed to if you took the 8 pips, you got stopped out. And now you're trying to find another place to get in. See, my way of trading, you don't have to. You don't have to. Swing trading. That's why it's called swing trading. May or may not get a trade today, even though we got one. You may or may not get one. It might not happen till tomorrow. It might not even happen tomorrow. It may not happen till the next day. But there was a EuroCAD move. This is several days back on September 28th. See how this done? Bump, 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 ran away. You didn't have a chance to get in. On the 1 hour, let's go to the 4 hour. There's the buy. Ran away, ran away. That's the least that it pulled back. You didn't have a chance to get in. No biggie. That's just one currency. There's 17 I look at, which is a lot more than that. But the 17 is plenty for me to look at. So we would go, let's say, to the CAD yen. And that's from yesterday, the candle. I think there was a short that started back here. 1 hour, sell, ran away. Didn't have a chance to get in. But more times than not, it comes back to it, close to it. Not all the way back to it. Well, we can only hope that it comes down in here for a buy, and then that's when it makes its push back up, and we can ride that thing all the way back up. Now let's look at a 4 hour on the CAD yen, see if it gave us a chance. Got in, boom, no, no, no. See, the risk is too great. No chance. You pass on that one. So we'll find Aussie yen. That's from yesterday, the Bank of Japan. We'll scroll back. This should be a sell. There you go. 3 opportunities to get in. I usually don't get in on that one. I wait for something like this. Get in short. And when it happens, da-dun, da-dun, and you was in that spike down too. But yet, ones that got in short, they took 8 to 10 pips. If they was in this candle, chances are they got stopped out on that candle. And then they were trying to find another place to get in while you were in it, and you took off half your position. You were just moving your stop down all the way. They were trying to find places to get in. I think there was a buy in here too. It was right there. That was on September 27th. There was a buy signal there. There's your poke down again. And blah, 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 blah. Low risk trade. That would be your stop. Get in there. If you got lucky, I mean, that's I don't want to get in. That's just, there's too many of those that happen. It's just a flip of a coin at that point. But that's what I want to happen, because that low risk trade, if it takes that out, then it's wrong, and I hardly lose any money. And then I have to wait because it's hour candles. So I can go to lunch, I can go to Walmart, go to the grocery, do whatever, get gas, whatever I want to do until the next couple candles, and come back and take a look at it. So I've got freedom. I have freedom. Day trading, you don't have freedom. You have stress and no freedom. I have no stress and freedom trading my way. But like I said, it's not for everybody. Not for everybody. That was the Aussie yen. Let's see if the 4 hour also gave us the opportunity on that buy. When did I say it was? The 27th? Yep, 27th right there. So you did have that. When that showed up, you did have that where you could have got in right there before the move up. Now see, you did have a buy signal over here, but again, you may or may not have took that. I wouldn't have took that. It ran up, you go, oh, I missed it. Well, look what happened. Gave you another opportunity, and there was your money maker. But you had to wait. That was the 23rd, 22nd of September. That didn't happen until the 28th. 6 days. You had to wait 6 days to get paid. And there may be guys who say, I gotta pay my bills, I gotta pay my bills. Can't wait 6 days, I need to make money. Again, you don't need to be trading if you're having to do that. You already need money that you can afford to lose. It's not going to affect you paying your mortgage, your car payment, diapers for the babies, taking the wife out to places. If you're trading money for that, then stop trading now. You need to have stopped trading yesterday. See, there was a buy in here. Sell signal. There. 1 poke down, 2 poke down, go. And that's a 4-hour chart. Now that's going to be several days. Let's see. Let's say you got in right here. Signal set up right there. August the 18th. You got in. Say you didn't get this one. You had to wait to that one. August 21st. 3 days later. And then it ran up until August 30th. So that's 12 days, almost 2 weeks, where you could have stayed in it. You got in it, ran up, you took off some money right there. You move your stop up, push back down. You're still in it, it runs up. Now you move your stop up to here, pushes down some, runs back up. Now you move your stop up to here, and you just keep doing it until you think it's hit a profit target. There would have been resistance up in here, so more than likely I would have taken off in here the rest of the position. Yep, I would have missed that little bit right there moving up, but look what I made. All that, and I had to be in it for a week, a little over a week. But to me it's worth it. You don't have to find another trade. You're in it. You're already in it. If you wanted to do a retracement, let's go to back that. If you wanted to do a retracement, say you got out, that's one. You wanted to do a retracement, you got in there, got some of your out, it came down. Now the risk is, because this is a 4-hour, the risk is going to be great, because that would be your stop. The low of that candle is 93.22. The low of this candle is 92.82. Is that 93.22? 93.22. 92.82. That's 22, and 18 is 40. So your risk is 40. The most I usually go is 30. I don't even like going that. I like going less. But say you took that and you got in, then that was initially your stop. When you got that, then you could actually move your stop up to where you got in at. So break even, you done made your money there. You got another little pullback there, but you're still in it, and then it runs up and does that. Now you move your stop up from there. Now that part's has made more money, and you keep following it. Like I said, that's where I would have got out, right in there, because that's major resistance. Even though it did push up a little bit more, I'd have took the rest off right there, and then you see what happens. Made a big pullback all the way back down into there. We're going to use the Euro CAD is trying to push back down again. The pound CAD trying to push down. Pound Aussie was already in a sell. Euro Aussie sideways. Euro Yen staying within that 1 hour candle. New Zealand Yen staying within that 1 hour candle. Euro New Zealand staying within that one that went to the high of it. It's gone to the low of it, stayed within the candle. They're waiting on that report in the early in the morning here in the U.S. Pound yen staying within the candle. We've seen the pound CAD. If you got in that, you've already got half your money. Pound odds in the sale. Odd yen staying within the 1 hour candle's gone up to the high. Hadn't gone down to the low yet, which we would love to come down there. CAD yen, hopefully it's coming down to here, staying within the candle, nothing to do. Aussie dollar, made a buy. There was your opportunity to get in. After that showed up, you had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hours you had to wait. 7 hours. And now you've been in it once you've got in there. August 14th, actually in the Asian session on the 3rd, up to 2 days. You was in it for almost 2 days. And you might still be in it if you hadn't taken, you should have taken profit off some of it. And that's resistance, so I'd have took off more right there, probably the rest of the position there. And then a pound dollar, we're looking for it to pull back down here for a buy, but it could push back up into here for a sell. So nothing really to do. I gotta go take care of the dog real quick. I'll be right back. So hang on. dog's probably gonna holler after a while to want back in. She just likes going out on the deck and patrolling everything. If nothing's going on, then she gets bored and she wants to come back in the house. New York session opens in less than 3 minutes. I'm gonna go pour the rest of my coffee out because I'm done for the day. That's my limit. Be right back. Okay, sorry about that. I'm back. I had to take the trash out too real quick before the trash people came. So I got that project took care of. So the New York Stock Exchange is now open. Pound dollar trying to push back up. Euro CAD trying to push back up. Euro Aussie coming down. So pound yen, nothing. The pound dollar is the one that's going to be interesting. But that candle still got 30 minutes, less than 30 minutes, 27 minutes. Okay. Let's see what everything is doing. Alright, excuse me. We'll go through these. Euro Aussie coming down, trying to. Euro yen, nothing to do. New Zealand yen trying to push up and take out that high, but everything else has been kind of selling off when it gets up here. Pound New Zealand was in a sell. We could have got in right there. Tough to get into that. I just don't like taking those when they first show up after that. There's too many that happen. I'd rather do that one. Still low risk, but then you make your money. Euro New Zealand is taking out the low of that candle, trying to. Pound yen staying within the candle. Pound CAD doing nothing. Pound Aussies in a sell. There's your opportunities to get in right there short, and you've made money. Odd yen, it's gone up to the high but hadn't gone past it. CAD yen, we're waiting on it to come down here. So nothing doing that. Euro CAD trying to push back down again. We made our money on that one already. Aussie dollars trying to push back up. Let's see, when this pushes up toward the high up here, if you're in this Aussie dollar, you can move your stop from there, or even if you had it there, to under that low. So if you got down in here, it's making money as it's going up. Pound dollar trying to push up, but it's at resistance. And you may ask, what are these? Those are parabolic SARs. You can get those anywhere. Just kind of use it as a guide, because when my trade setup, it shows up, I want it to be the sell signal and have a positive. Well, that's a positive parabolic par. So that's another indication. But it's ran away. See, this one ran away. Couldn't do nothing about it. We're waiting for a pullback down into here. Now if it pushes up and goes up into here, we're going to look for a sell opportunity. And either way, that may happen today, because tomorrow, early tomorrow morning at 8:30 Eastern US time, the non-farm payroll comes out here in the US, and it's going to drive that thing one way or another. So depending on where it's at, have to follow that today. The dollar yen, there's nothing going to happen with the Bank of Japan because it's trading in the 148s. So they're happy with that. They're not going to get interested again until it gets back up above the 150. So that's everything that we're looking at right now. So does it seem like the pound dollar is going to try to push up in here today? Because the daily range is still not done. It's got a ways to go, and that would take it up to the daily range up in here. So getting paid to wait, that's what we do. Getting paid to wait. But I've already made some money today. If you're still in that Euro CAD short, if you followed that with me, which you don't have to, this channel is for training and education purposes only. And if you trade, only risk what you can afford to lose. Please don't trade if it keeps you from making a mortgage payment, making your car note, buying diapers and clothes from the kids. If you're using that money, please stop trading. You should have stopped yesterday, because that's not money that you can afford to lose. You need to have a separate account with money that, you know, if you lose it, you lose it. You know, it's not going to affect you that much. Losing money affects everybody though, but it's just not. It doesn't bother you. Again, if you're just joining us, since the New York session is now open, if you found me by accident, this is day 8 of live streaming for me. If you want to try to find me more often, you have to click the subscribe button, and then also you'll have to click on the notify me button, and it will notify you when I'm on live. And I come on from 8 o'clock in the morning Eastern time. I'm in the US, and I stay on till usually 10:30, 11 o'clock, depending on the day, what's happening, if stuff's going sideways, nothing going on. But then I come back late in the afternoon US time, or early Asian session, and check to see if there's potential trade setups, or if I need to move my stops, make an adjustment there. But that's not going to be for long, about 30 minutes usually, about is all it takes, unless there is questions and comments, and then I'll stay on and be able to try to answer all those for you. And if you don't mind just hitting the like button too. I'm not one that's going to press that. A lot of those YouTubers, that's what they do, spend a lot of time. Hey, click the like button. We're not going to make a trade until we get to 100 or 500 or 1,000 likes or whatever it is. So you have to question, are they really trading? I mean, do they need that? Do they really need that? Mine's more about trading. You know, I'm not trying to get Taylor Swift subscribe numbers to where you can get paid by YouTube and get paid advertising. A lot of YouTubers that are trading, that's what they do. That's what they're trying to get. But again, I'm going to rehash the same thing, go over. If you see guys on there that have like wins and losses based on a week or a month or a year, it shows you how many wins they have, how many losses they have, how many break-evens they have. They need to show you the pips. How many pips do they make over those trades? And then divide them up into how many trades they have. And if they're down around 8 or 10 pips for each trade they make, you need to leave that channel. You don't need that. You can make a lot more, and you don't have to continue to keep trying to find trades to get in and get out of. Swing trading is, once you get in it, it could be for the day, for over a day, for over 2 days. I mean, I just showed you one for 2 weeks that you've been in. No reason to get out. You're still in it. You can look for retraces to add to the position if you've took off some of the position, as long as it's low risk. But it's not for everybody. Everybody likes that excitement that, oh, I got to make 50 trades today because I got to make so much money. If you're at that point, you don't need to be trading yet. Trade a demo where you can't lose anything. Learn. Look at charts all the time. You know what I do on mine? I do this every single day. I've done it for the last 16 years. I print these charts off at the end of the day. If I have a trade on it, even if I'll print every one of these off. Euro Aussie, Euro Yen. I print them off. You say, well, that's a lot of printing. You got to spend a lot of money for ink. Yeah, but this is a business. It's a tax write-off. You're using it as your business. So yeah, you don't get the money back till the end of the year. And if you can't afford to wait till the end of the year, again, you don't need to be trading. Not yet. I'm not saying you can't trade. You're not ready yet. Because this is not for everybody. 95% of people who trade lose money. So try not to be in that 95%. That 95% is not over one trade, it's over time. There's a lot blow their accounts, and then they can't get back into trading. or they almost lose all their money in their account, and then they can't get back into trading because they got to refund it. The pound dollar tried to make a push up, hadn't done it just yet. There's not really anything to do. The later the day goes, especially into the night session in Europe, there's going to be hardly any movement because they know coming up tomorrow is the U.S. morning non-farm payroll report. So the move is going to happen today during the U.S. session. Pound dollar's kind of gone sideways here since yesterday. I would be looking for a pullback down into here for a buy, low risk trade buy. That would be my stop. Or if it pushes up into here, I'd be looking for a low risk sell. And so you see where they got to go. Nothing I can do. Nothing I can do here. I mean, if it takes the high out of the daily the daily from yesterday, which is right there, if it takes that high, or Europe session high, then that thing is probably going to push up into here. So for you, there could be an opportunity to buy. But I'm waiting on both, sell and buy. Waiting on both because I know there's a sell signal over here, which would put it up into there, like I said, for opportunity to sell. Low risk trade, what I'm looking for. If it's not there, I don't take it. I go to the next currency and look. There's plenty to look at, plenty. Just because you missed one, say like that trade yesterday, you missed that, there's other opportunities. You missed that one, but you got that one. And that would have been your trade yesterday. When it poked down into there, low risk trade, because that was your stop. Or actually, that would be the stop. If you got in here, that's your stop. If you got in there, that's your stop. But because of this and the poke down, if it takes that out, it's going to take that out. So that, if you got in there, that's your stop. So it would save you a little bit of money on the initial trade. And then, of course, there's your money maker. I would have got out right and there. Even though it went up a little bit more, I would have took off the rest of the position right there. As you see what's happened, it's already retraced some there, and it's come back down to that same part. Actually took it out just a little bit, just gone below it. Hadn't closed below it, but it's gone below it. Keep an eye on the pound dollar, because that looks like that's the only thing that may be a chance on anything. Euro Aussie. Just kind of going sideways. One of these is about to take out the high, not that one. New Zealand yen, it's almost up at the high. Pound yen. See, all these have been in with see the better pound yen buy would be down here, and that's going to take a while for that to happen. Now if there's a sell opportunity, this is what we're going to look for. Is, see, you had the poke down, there was your push up, your sell opportunity. Now because that's happened once, it may not happen again. It could push up into here. It could push up into here and give us possibly a low risk buy, but it may not hold the excuse me. Need some more water, I think. So nothing to do on that one, which is good. We're paid to wait, not paid to trade. I know that's, you hear that a lot, but that's actually true. Odd yen, nothing to do. It's went up to the high, didn't close above it. Now it's kind of sold off. The better buy opportunity is down here. Got a ways to go on that. This had a sell also, but it's way back up here. Yeah, that was your chance to get in. There could be a second opportunity where it pulls back up into here. So that could happen today, and then to the Asia session, and then the U.S. report comes out, and then it sells off. So there's not really anything to do. It's in no man's land right here. Nothing to do. Pound dollar. That candle's got less than 12 minutes to go. Like I said, that could push up, take out the Europe high and yesterday's high, and push up into here. So we just got to monitor it. That could happen today. That could happen today. It was a sell opportunity up in there. But we really have to watch it with the news that's coming out in the morning, because we know there's not going to be hardly any movement tonight or during Europe, because they're going to wait on the news from the U.S. because it's big news. Euro New Zealand, still not taking that out. It's trying to come down. See, there was your opportunity to get short there or there, and you made pretty good money, and you're probably still in it on the second half of your position. Because you're looking for places to move down, move your stop down, and if it crashes on down, guess where you get to move it to? Right there, and you got to end up here. So that's going to make a lot of money too, on top of the half a position took off the rest of it. Oh, disappointing. So don't try to force trades. Please don't do that. Let's see if we can go back and did we show the pound CAD buy? That was a push up yesterday, gone sideways since then. But the initial buy move was right here. So that was back on September the 28th. So you'd have still been in that until basically yesterday, which would have been the 4th. So 6 days. 6 days you'd been in that trade. You'd have never had to find a place to get in and get out. Let's see what happened here. It ran up without you. That was the biggest retracement. Risk is too great. Can't get in. No pullbacks. And here we have a sell opportunity. And we hope that it's going to pull well all the way back down to where that buy was to create a new buy opportunity. Now let's go back and look, because that's the 28th of September on a 4-hour chart, to see if it ran away. It may have. Yep, it did. See, you didn't get an opportunity, so now we're looking for a chance for it to come back down into here, and you see how far it is. It's going to take a little while. So we got to see what's going to happen. I think there's a sell. It's up way back, because I know it's been traveling down for a good while. Where is my sell? Sells. The initial sell. That's still a down move. It's got the, there it is. Okay. There's the initial sell from July the 14th. The pound CAD had been just traveling down. If you didn't get in there, there was your next opportunity. You weren't going to get another opportunity. You're staying in it. You get a little retracement up, and it came back. Probably that was your next opportunity, because it came back into the sell. Fairly close, still a little bit of a risk, but you're still in it. You're still in it. You're still in it. You're still in it. For over 2 months, and now here we go. It's time to get out. When this shows up, you don't have to get out. You just got to see if it's down at the support or resistance, depending on which side you're on. that's the 4 hour. Go back to the 1 hour. Switch this back to that. The pound Aussie, I think. I know it's in a 1 hour sell now, but there was a buy that was over here. Now again, you didn't get a great. There's a runaway. That was the most pull down that there was. That low is at 185, 188.56. That low was 89.19. So that's 63. That's a $63. That's beyond my parameters. You missed it. You just missed it. Now let's look and see what the 4 hour says. Sometimes the 4 hour does give you an opportunity. There it was. You got in. There's your poke down. To get in. And then you just managing the trade. Back to 1 hour. Back to 1 hour in that. I think there was a New Zealand buy. I know there was a sell, but there was also a buy that been a while back. Yeah, he was in it a good while too. He was in the buy a good while. A couple of months it looks like, because it's continually gone up. Continually gone up. Well, let me go to the 4 hour and squeeze it in. And then we can scroll back. That was the sale. Could still be in that. I know this has been a move for a couple of months to the upside. There it is right there. Yeah, July the 28th. 2 months. Well, the sale's been going on for several days, so actually it's less than 2 months. If you didn't get in that, you had a chance to get in that, and you didn't have another chance until right here. So August 21st, you actually had to wait 3 weeks to get in the trade long, and this is what happened. That was a retrace back into the original buy. That was the retrace, and it's just continued pushing up until now, where the sale has come back down. So we're going to keep on pound dollars. It's trying to push up. It's trying. Because it's got 4 minutes for that candle. Less than 4 minutes for that candle. Taking another drink of water real quick. get my phone too. I forgot I didn't have that. I'm back. Keeping an eye on these. Stock market's been open almost 35 minutes. Yep, let's see how this does. Dollar went sideways there, not really making a move. Pound yen's trying to come down. That's kind of what we want. Pound CAD, that's trying to come down from the sell there. Still, it's gone sideways for a while, good while. Pound Aussie, had a 1 hour sell. Nothing else really to watch. New Zealand yen went up to almost the candle high from yesterday with that spike down. Euro yen staying within that candle. Aussie dollar not doing really anything. So nothing to do. Yeah, I'm probably gonna cut it short about 10:30 today. There's not really nothing to do. Maybe even sooner. I may go ahead and do that now. I'll give it another 10 minutes. Another 10 minutes. Check my email real quick and see if there's anything interesting there. No, I don't want that. Don't want that. Don't want that. Not really much email about like the trading going on today. With the pound dollar, was it trying to go up? Let's look at it. That's all that. I think I've already checked this one. Yep. So, yep, I may not stay on much longer here. Excuse me. I'll go through them one more time. That's the pound dollar. There could be a push to take out the Europe high and yesterday's daily high, and then it would push up into here for a potential sell. Or it's going to take this out and drive down into here for a potential buy. But we got the US dollar non-farm payroll report early in the morning here in the US. That's going to affect that. Going to affect the Aussie dollar too. It's still in a buy. Euro CAD still in a sell. CAD yen looking for a drive down into here for a buy. It's still got a ways to go. The yen staying within that 1 hour candle. Reached up to the high, hit resistance, sold off. Pound Aussies made a 1 hour sell. Pound CAD has made a 1 hour sell. There's your opportunities to get in. But that one could go a little higher as well. Up to here. Right in there. Pound yen. Staying within the 1 hour candle. Really need to come down to here for a buy opportunity. Euro New Zealand. It's trying to take out that candle from yesterday. Went up to the high, sold off, now it's back down to the low. Hadn't taken it out yet. Pound New Zealand's in a 1 hour sell. Too far away to do anything. New Zealand yen within the 1 hour candle. Went up to the top and is trying to sell off. Euro yen is staying within that 1 hour candle. Need a pull down that into here to buy. And the Euro Aussie is in a 1 hour sell. So it's in no man's land, nothing to do. And if you wanted to get in the sell right now, this would have to be your stop right there. I just hoping it's going to come down. But that's it for everything for today, guys. Remember, this is day number 8 for me live streaming. I record the videos, so they'll be on for you to watch later. It'd be like 2 hours, something like that. I think it takes about for it to do that, all that stuff. You hit the like and subscribe button, just the subscribe button. I mean, if you want to hit the like, that's fine too. You want to hit the subscribe button, but then you're also going to have to hit the notify me button, and it'll notify you when I'm on live. And so you'll have to hit the subscribe button to be able to do that. But I hope everybody is in your trades. If you're trading, move your stops when you can. Take the profit if you haven't. If it's moved, whatever you feel comfortable with, whether it's a eighth, a fourth, a third, or a half, or 3/4, whatever you feel comfortable with, and then just manage the rest of the position that you have on. So please do that. Remember, non-farm payrolls is in the morning at 8:30 U.S. time. There won't be much movement tonight in Asia or Europe because of that big news coming. So just keep all that stuff in mind. And I'm going to be on, I think, in the morning for probably an hour. Because of the news. And then because I know from experience it usually stays within that 1 hour candle, because it makes a big huge one. Stays within it the rest of the day, like this other candle's done. I showed you. There's no reason to do anything. I don't trade on Fridays anyway. I just monitor my trades if I'm in them. Move stops. If it's there, look for potential setup if it's there. But most of the time it's not after that report. There's usually not. Any other Friday might be different. So just have to monitor it, but I won't be on for too long tomorrow because of that. So I hope everybody has a good evening, and we'll see you tomorrow. And I will have my recording up for this in a couple hours. And if you're interested in trying to stay on here and find me, if you found me by accident, hit the subscribe button. But you're also going to have to hit the click on the notify me, so that way it will notify you on your YouTube app when I am live. So thanks for joining me, and we will see all you guys on tomorrow. If you got any questions or comments, feel free to go to my YouTube channel and put in there, ask, comment, whatever, good or bad, it doesn't matter. So we'll see you tomorrow.